Hello? Testing. We're live. I can see it. I can see the volume.
I didn't unmute us. Hi guys, welcome to Open the Vaults. As you can see, it's Manny and the Slug.
The Slug is back. It's Marines, so I'm always here with
Yeah,
this
baby.
Marine.
We got the Ravenguard. We got Iron Hands. Well, we did have Iron Hands, but now they're on the floor. Iron Hands, baby.
Don't worry, we won't sell you this one.
We got Iron Hands. This one's mine. This one's mine. Hi Neil, how you doing, bro? 3,000 feet in the air on his way to try. Glasshammer Games just come out. What's going on?
Glasshammer Games just got. Oh yeah.
Is it
we have an infiltrator.
We have an infiltrator.
Neil, man, yeah. I presume you're on your way to some sort of tournament. So if you are, good luck, mate. And if it's not on some Sky Sports silly pay-per-view thing, then I'll probably be watching you.
Yeah. Oh, it's Trotter. It's Trotter. He's the infiltrator. Oh, lazy gets sat down on a sofa.
Oh yeah, there's
work to be done. Oh god, where are you, Trotter? How much work have you done?
Yeah. I'll tell you guys, right? We're both just absolutely, completely knackered. My feet, I just can't even feel my feet anymore. They're just done. I'm covered in paint. I'm dirty.
Yeah.
I've had
look at us. I'm grey. I'm supposed to be brown. I don't like it. This is not right, Dan.
Since Monday morning, I've had about 10 hours sleep with working till 3 in the morning in here and a baby. So
got holes in my Adidas trousers, just cash.
But it's also it's really coming along. Everything's really coming along, guys. It's really cool.
Yeah, it really is.
You can see this here that was behind us. This was a giant hole. This was just nothingness at the start of the week.
Yeah. All dangly wires in this corner.
Yeah,
everything on show, on display. Naked live wires.
Live dangly wires in the corner that are now no longer there. It's all nice and safe for everyone to come and drink beer and play games.
We put the lights up and just down here. Dan just left a live wire out for some reason. Did all the other lights, left the live wire out. I went over there, turned the electric on. I was over here unscrewing a shelf. And about an inch before I got to where there's a live wire, I was like, Manny, step back, there's a live wire. I was like, why is there a live wire here? Yeah, just something.
It was on my to-do list. Right?
Leave live wire, kill Manny, take all of Glasshammer, job done. Sounds like a good list to me, Dan. I'm on to you, Sluggy.
So hang on, sorry, Neil has posted up saying, you boys seen the ridiculous salamander strat that's doing the rounds today. Funny you should mention that, Neil. I have seen word of someone in America saying that they have seen the Salamander's Codex. That stratagem isn't in there.
Is this the non-targetable?
I think I presume that is what Neil is talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it would be pretty bonkers if it does work because just to let you guys know, basically you pick it says that you pick an infantry unit in your army, and then if that infantry unit is closer than the things you want to shoot, you can't shoot them. You have to shoot that unit if it's the closest unit. It means you could put. Say you only had one tiny little ruin. How many times have you been to a tournament where you've got one tiny little L-piece ruin in your deployment zone that can barely hide 20 infantry in there? Yeah. It means you can have a deployment like that, deploy your whole army out in the open, behind this ruin out in the open, but then put 10 scouts inside this ruin within 6 inches of all those units, and you can't shoot anything unless you can shoot the scouts.
Yeah, it's something like that, isn't it? But
it's pretty bonkers.
Like I said, I saw something earlier, and there are people who've seen the Codex who are saying that is not the case. That is not in the Codex. That it's just a kind of some guy winding up the internet. So you never know. Maybe they're not ridiculously broken.
Okay.
But they may as well be compared to the Iron Hands book. But I have to admit, right, I've heard a lot of people writing this book after the Ravenguard.
Yeah.
Because obviously, the hype is about Iron Hands and everyone going, their chapter tactic is a rubbish and all that kind of stuff compared to the others. But, and I agree, maybe is a little bit rubbish. Yeah, but there are ways to capitalise on it, and it's not too bad.
You mean the one if your whole army's Ravenguard?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, it's situationally brilliant, right?
Yeah, it can be really good, and when you think about it, it actually helps with Space Marines bad matchups.
That's not someone knocking on our door, is it?
Oh man, it's like pitch black and someone's knocking on the door.
Hello?
Here you go.
Yeah,
you go for the comments. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
I think that might be.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go and look at the door.
Guys, if Dan doesn't come back, Annabelle has probably taken him. But yeah, so I mean, the Ravenguard, the benefit for being full Ravenguard is like +1 to hit or rerolls to hit on wound against characters, or either +1 to hit on wound against characters. Let's have a look. The Codex is right here. Dan was the Ravenguard specialist. So I hear voices. Someone that we know probably. Surgical strikes. That's what it's called. So if your entire army is Ravenguard, all Ravenguard units only, you get surgical strikes, and it means that models with the ability, when they're resolving attacks against characters, you can add 1 to hit rolls and wound rolls. So you get +1 to hit and +1 to wound, which is pretty big. You know, I think +1 to hit and +1 to wound against a character is pretty big, especially if you're playing things like knights and you've got a load of power mauls that are like strength 6. All of a sudden they're all wounding on 4s against knights. It's pretty big. I think that's really, really good. Matthew Judge, pizza's arrived. Oh man, I wish we had pizza here right now. Oh, we are so hungry and so tired. We've been here since like 9 in the morning or something. It's been like 12 hours. We've been here basically 12 hours, and we've just done this the last 3 or 4 days just to get in the shop ready. But yeah, man, I could do with some pizza. Neil, Ravenguard are going to catch a lot of people off guard with killing the characters out of nowhere. Yeah, see, I agree, man. I think this rerolling, +1 to hit on wound against characters is really good. I mean, scouts now, Ravenguard scouts with sniper rifles will be pretty damn good. I mean, 10 of them, a unit of 10 scouts, they'll be, hitting on 2s now, rerolling 1s because snipers are heavy. So even without a character by them in the Devastator Doctrine, they'll just be Devastator Doctrine? No. Yes, turn 1 in the Devastator Doctrine, they'll get they won't need a captain by them. But like, for example, you've got Shrike, and he can do weird things with infiltrating with different warlord traits and different stratagems and stuff like that. But yeah, like Neil said, eliminators as well. Eliminators will be +1 to wound on eliminators will be, I think, pretty damn strong, personally. So you've got that, and I think it's really good. That ability to me is really good, but like you say, it's not as good as the other chapters, because the other chapters have ones that work like all the time. For example, White Scars, you get to the Assault Doctrine, and then all of their weapons get +1 damage. So that's a lot better because it's in play all the time. It's not sort of like situational. It's not like you're playing against certain things and you get a bonus. It's just all the time. So I see that. But I think people are going to get caught off guard. Like Imperial Knights, people have Imperial Knights where 3 of their knights are characters. So it'd be really useful against things like that. That's what I think.
Oh.
Now.
Hi guys. Sorry, I'm back. It's it was just the wife making sure I'm still alive. I haven't been home in like 4 days. I'm just stuck here.
Thought let's talk about Shrike. There you go, Dan.
Ah, yes.
Fill us in about Shrike. What is Shrike?
Ravenguard. So, Shrike. So, he's 130 points.
Oh, check out Manny's fancy couch. Ash, this is the couch for the gaming area.
Yeah,
so we're going to have this couch and one that looks exactly the same. And you guys are currently in our really cool stand made out of custom made.
Yeah.
You're in a custom made stand, and that's where the TVs are going to be resting, where people can sit and play Xbox, PlayStation, and an arcade station that we've got.
I've ordered because I mean I'm old, aren't I? So I'm all retro. So I've ordered a box, and it has loads of retro games in there. So all like SNES and Sega Mega Drive and then N64, all these really cool old arcade games and all this kind of stuff that Manny has never even heard of or even touched of, that I absolutely love. I've ordered a box with like 14,000 games on it, so you can just sit and play that, drink beer. It's gonna be ace.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, Shrike. So he's 130 points, and this is to be debated on how good 130 points is compared to some other things. Sorry, what did I miss?
Like Pharaohs?
Have you been through the Iron Hands book?
No.
Okay, right.
I just went through the benefit of being all Ravenguard and what units it will be with, like eliminators.
So 130 points is great, because he's come down 20 points, right? he's become a Primaris guy. And
Yeah,
he
that's
gets
good.
all these buffs, and he's come down 20 points. You think that's good until you read that bloody book.
Pharaohs, the Iron Father.
So he moves 14 inches, which is awesome. Hits on twos, wounds. Hits on twos with both shooting and combat.
They can hear the revving outside. Ash knows that's someone rushing out to buy the Iron Hands Codex in the back. He's like,
We've got some guys next door who do the like the banger racing.
yeah.
And
Every unit
so
next
they sit
door.
there with these like proper mashed up cars, like repairing all the body panels and spraying them all day long, and it actually looks really interesting.
Yeah, it does. To be fair.
They've got a really cool bar as well, so we're competing with them.
Yeah, they went skidding around the corner earlier in a little car, and the bonnet flew off.
He was thrashing it around, and this body
Brilliant.
flew up in the air. It was cool. Right, anyway, so he's strength 4, toughness 4. He has 6 wounds, but he has 6 attacks, which means with the new Angels of Death, he's got 7 attacks on the charge, or when he's charged. He's leadership 9. He has a 3+ save. So he has a really cool pistol. It shoots 2 shots. It's an 18-inch range, which is good for a pistol. Strength 4, -2, flat 2 damage, but it can shoot characters if they're not the closest. So sticking with the Ravenguard assassination kind of protocols that they have, shooting characters, sniping them out, flat 2 damage.
That's what it's called, blackout, bruv.
Blackout. And then his talons are pretty much the same. They're still -3. They still reroll to wound, but they're damage 2, rather than just 1 damage,
good, yeah.
which is good. Again, for a 20 points decrease, really cool. So
I've just thought, blackout.
yeah,
It targets characters, right?
yeah,
So he's hitting on like 1s against characters,
uh-huh.
and he'll be winning them on like 3s or 2s, depending on who they are.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah,
plus
strength
1 winning
4, yeah.
Oh,
plus
that's
one
really good.
wound.
Against
That's
characters.
only when you're in the tactical doctrine. But, yeah, still very good.
It
Still
just
very
means
good.
things like, for example, loads of things like 1 damage that can target characters and stuff like that.
Mhm.
The fact that he's got 2 shots and he's got +1 to wound and it's 2 damage. Something like an astropath, he'll just look at it and go, oh, 2 wounds, you don't have a save, 4 damage, you're dead.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like, all your Bulgrin, they're going to crumble now.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
it's
good.
pretty good, man. And like a lot of Gene Stealer cult characters have got like 4 wounds and stuff. I mean, they do have
Don't
a
forget as
decent
well,
account. and
I mean,
stuff like
again,
that,
when you're in the tactical doctrine, isn't the tactical doctrine all rapid fire and pistol? Don't they get the extra -1?
maybe as well.
So
Yeah,
I think it could be -3 when
Minus
you're in the tactical doctrine
2
with
damage.
+1 to hit and wound.
pretty good.
It's really nice. So he's a chapter master like he was before. He does some mortal wound thing, which is really interesting. He can deep strike. But what he does now is you can reroll charge rolls for all jump pack, a Ravenguard jump pack, and Ravenguard Phobos units within 6. So what's kind of strange with this is Ravenguard are all kind of master of the shadows and all this kind of stuff. And when we go through the book and we'll pick out the few things that are really cool, they're not actually very stealthy. I don't think the army will play very stealthy. It's not a very reserved kind of book. There are so many stratagems for advancing and charging.
They're like, but that's the thing. They're like strike from the shadows, aren't they? They're not like, they're not sneaky. They're just like strike from the shadows. They're like strike first, strike hard type thing.
That's it, yeah. There is
book is,
zero stealth in this book. It's very much
hit first, hit hard.
like it's such an alpha. You can deliver such an alpha strike with this army, and then I think the plan really with these is kind of hit something so hard in your opponent's army in the first turn, and then just kind of win the game from there. Really, you take a massive target out turn 1, and then with your -1 and always acting in cover, just kind of win the game through attrition. Really, then
the +1 save is huge.
that seems to be what this book is about to me.
Yeah.
There are so many ways to just give such a stupid alpha strike.
Run us through a few, Dan. Run us through a few. Oh,
it's ridiculous.
I was saying, are you both feeling after the London plague or possibly infected everyone with? You know what? We've been coughing like mad since we've been back from London. Ash, it's like I think it's a mix between you and Dan. Dan's infected me with something. You've infected me with something. Did you even bring me a Pepsi Max, or did you just leave me out of it?
Oh, some beer if you want.
God, I knew you did. I knew it.
Sorry.
Don't worry. Keep it yourself.
I'll put you some sweets. Steve, if you're listening, I haven't bought him sweets. I'm going to eat all the sweets, Steve. He's not going to have any. Right, okay then. So, as we said before, if you're all Ravenguard, if your whole army is Ravenguard, you get +1 to hit and wound against characters while you're in the tactical doctrine.
Sam, bro. Sam's listening to you and everything you're saying. He's assembling 30 Vanguard vets as he watches. He's been reading the Codex.
Yeah, 30
Nice.
Vanguard
Yes,
vets
Sam.
pretty much comes to mind, doesn't it? My White Scars Vanguard vets might become Ravenguard Vanguard vets.
Ravenguard!
That will become apparent soon. So basically, just read through the Warlord traits, going through the good ones. You've got Shadow Master. Enemy units cannot fire Overwatch of this Warlord. That is not the only access to not firing Overwatch, which is great. Master of Ambush, which is amazing, is basically the old Strike from the Shadow stratagem. So before the first turn begins, you pick up your Warlord and a unit, an infantry unit, and they can be placed 9 inches away from your enemy before the battle begins. So when I remember a long time ago, I was using, I think I took 18 aggressors to battlefield Birmingham. Ravenguard aggressors, and I just was like, oh, okay then mate, I've got first turn, here's 18 aggressors all double firing in front of you with the Storm of Fire Warlord trait and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that kind of brings that back. So a unit of aggressors, awesome. Because what if you're playing ITC, which a lot of people are nowadays, you go, well, I'd like to go second, and they go, because second's huge, you to kill more, to hold more, all this kind of stuff. But then you go, well, if you give me first turn, I'm going to put 6 aggressors in your face. They're going to fire an average of 125 shots, re-rolling to hit.
Yeah.
It's just, it's pretty crazy. And that ties up well with the stratagem that's got later on. A few of the others. Swift and Deadly is mad. Any Ravenguard unit within 6 of the Warlord can charge if they advanced. Ugh. But
That's so good.
So suddenly you go, oh my god, there's another really good one. There's a good one for your Warlord to fall back and charge still, and then there's kind of a cool one, very situational. If your Warlord isn't within 6 inches of enemy models, you can take him off the board and put him back on.
Yeah.
Don't think you can use that, but you've got basically 2 Warlord traits there that are absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, which one do I choose? And then there's obviously a stratagem like there is for the rest of the Marine books where you just give your Warlord an extra Warlord trait.
Oh, it's the same guy can have both of these.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you just go, oh, I'll just take those 2 then. So you can do both of them.
That's mad.
So you take a Warlord and then you go, okay. So you've got Shrike giving reroll charges to all your jump pack units. And now they can all advance and charge as well.
Wow.
Really cool. Relics, there's none that are like ridiculous. The Raven's Fury seems to stack up a few really cool buffs. They can advance and charge, obviously on their own.
The guy?
The guy that takes it with the jump pack. So they can advance and charge, and there was a relic in the old book where if you had a jump pack you could advance and charge.
Okay.
That was it, right? But they can still do that. When a charge roll is made, you can re-roll the dice. So you can re-roll your charges now. And when you end within an inch, on a 4+, you take a mortal wound. That's really cool. The others aren't that amazing, to be fair. The Armor of Shadows I thought was cool because you're -1 to hit when you attack someone with that relic. And then a hit roll of 1, 2, or 3 always fails. Which is quite cool.
It's pretty decent, actually.
That's when you start chucking characters into knights and stuff like that. And they probably don't kill them if they're only hitting them on 4s, that kind of thing. Then they have the same special issue war gear, and then there's some really cool stratagems in this book that I really like. Infiltrators is bonkers. It's called Infiltrators. It's 1 CP, right?
This is mental.
Oh, right. So a unit can move you pick a unit before the first turn begins. Yada yada yada. They can move as though it's the movement phase, which means they can move and they can advance. But it doesn't restrict it to this can only be used once per game, all that kind of stuff. And as far as I'm aware, now please correct me if I'm wrong, use this stratagem at the start of the first battle round but before the first turn begins, which is not in a phase. A stratagem can only be used once per phase. That's not a phase, so you can use that as many times as you like.
Thinking about it, the fact that the last sentence says each unit can only be selected for the stratagem once per battle also suggests that you can do it multiple times.
Exactly,
Just telling you that each unit can only be affected once.
So let's say you've got 30 Vanguard vets that are advancing and charging, and
advancing twice and charging.
They're advancing twice and charging.
Wow.
They're re-rolling their charge rolls, right? And then
they're re-rolling to hit with everything.
They're re-rolling to hit with
Oh.
everything. And there's another thing that you can do in a moment, but we'll get onto that. So that's like you can and then you've got the warlord trait where you can pick up, say, a slow-moving unit as opposed to Vanguard veterans like aggressors. You can just pick them up and deploy them 9 inches away from your opponent. Like, that's just the ultimate alpha strike, right?
Yes. I'm going first. I'll put my 220 point aggressor in front of you, Shrike in front of you. There's 350 points, and you right in front of your deployment zone. I'll move my 3 units of 220 point Vanguard, but 660. I've got 1,100 points
in your deployment zone,
charging turn one. Yeah.
But the great thing is, so see in ITC, you go, okay, then you're going to make me go first. You have second turn. Here's 1,000 points of my army in your face, and I'm just going to destroy something that really threatens me. But if you go, okay, I'm going to go second. Okay, then I'm -1 to hit, and everything counts as in cover, so everything's got a 2+ save.
Yeah.
It plays the ITC missions really well.
And then you can put stuff in reserve.
There's a strike from the shadows,
like
which is so you can go, okay, then I'll put something in reserve. It's like kind of the White Scar outflank, but you just turn it 9 inches away. There's no restriction to the board edge. There's a few cool ones, like you get +1 to wound against characters again, and all this kind of thing. There's an ace one called a Deadly Prize. If you hold an objective marker in your opponent's deployment zone,
yeah.
I mean, if only there was an easy way for your entire army to be in your opponent's deployment zone in the first one. But say when you're playing, say, ETC, when you're playing tactical objectives, you can. Hang on. I'm sorry, I've got totally confused and I've mixed the two up. A Deadly Prize is just you control an objective marker. You go 1 CP.
Oh, yeah.
There's a trap on that. When your opponent comes within 3 of that, on a 2 to 4. It's D3 mortal wounds. On a 5+, it's 3 mortal wounds.
Okay.
That's great. That's not on a 6. On a 5+, a 1 in 3 chance, that's just 3 mortal wounds. Really cool for 1 CP. Force their hand is amazing. Your whole army's in their deployment zone anyway. If you control one of the objective markers in their deployment zone, if they draw a card that's really good, I don't know, defend whatever objective they've got in their deployment zone, or that stupid your warlord can do this for a million points. You can just go, 1 CP, get rid of that tactical objective card. Really helps these guys. So now they're playing the ITC missions really well. They're playing the ETC missions really well.
It's good, yeah.
It's really cool.
Team England community, I'm guessing this is Chewy, says, yeah, the army should park 30 vets and 10 assault terminators in your opponent's face turn 1 with no Overwatch.
Yeah.
Just brutal, yeah.
Oh, no Overwatch? Oh, I wonder how you get no Overwatch. I thought that was a White Scar only thing.
Ash says the Book Blood Angels wish they had.
I know, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sam Bocock, says don't miss the Corvidari bolts. The Corvidari bolts.
Oh, see,
They're pretty good. Apparently the bolts are pretty
I read them and I wasn't amazed by them.
Okay.
When you give a model its relics, select a bolt weapon, there's a quick move. When that is shooting, you can. If you do so, choosing targets for that model. Oh, so you shoot out of line of sight.
Oh, really?
But it's a model, right? So what model that can take a relic?
This relic, and that model is good. When that model is chosen to shoot with,
increasing by 6.
Oh, it has to be a bolt weapon.
Yeah. So you're choosing a single model that's either a sergeant with that stratagem or a character.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm what an aggressor sergeant maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sam. Have you thought of something that's amazing? What's this? I was thinking a Phobos captain
with the 4 damage shots.
Honours, 4 damage shots.
Oh,
Okay.
that's pretty good actually. Yeah, the 4 damage shot.
So the master crafted gun doesn't count as a relic. So yeah, it means your Phobos captain with the 4 damage is
Shooting out a line of sight.
shooting at a line
So you
of sight.
can't hide your characters from him anymore.
And he's a 36-inch range now. So.
Oh, yeah,
That's
nice.
a really cool guy. I was trying to think when I read that. I was like, oh, what kind of? And I was trying to think of like I don't know, Devastator sergeants or something like that. Can they take something or aggressor sergeants?
But isn't that Master
That's
Crafted
actually
a
not
relic?
bad.
Doesn't Master Crafted make it a relic?
No, so this is kind of a special issue war gear is like a relic.
So you can stack 2 on top of each other.
No, you can't. No. They're treated
But then you
as a
can't
relic.
make him Master Crafted.
No, he already has a master.
Oh, he already has a
he
Master
already,
Crafted.
Yeah,
Okay.
he comes with a master crafted.
So that's 2 damage.
Yeah, 3 damage.
Oh, that's
Because
3
they're 2 damage anyway.
Ah, so he makes it 3 damage. And where does he get the 4th damage from?
Then you can take a warlord trait from the Phobos warlord traits, which you add 1 damage. Yeah.
Wow.
So he would have a warlord trait and this special issue war gear. That's pretty cool, Sam. Well thought of, man. Well thought of.
He's +1 to wound against characters.
Ah, yeah.
Because
yeah.
he's Ravenguard.
Yeah, the tactical doctrine +1 to hit wounds.
Wow, yeah, that's really good. So he's basically, that means he can move and hit on 2s,
Yeah.
and then he'll wound on like 3s or 2s against characters, 4 damage shot, and they can't hide from him now.
No.
Even if you're, because that was the big thing we were saying, we're like, oh, that 4 damage captain's amazing, but then we're like, oh, people play differently.
Yeah.
They'll just hide their characters. Can't do it anymore. Oh, that's actually really good. That's the one bolt that's really good, because the bolts in every other book are average.
They're always kind of situational, but that is a really cool combo, Sam. Well spotted, mate. Well spotted. Strike from the skies. Oh, again, a Ravenguard jump pack unit. If it advanced, it can charge, and then you +1 to the result again. Again, loads more advancing and charging. Then you've got the Ravenguard casting psychic powers.
Oh, sorry, just before we get there, that's a really good point. Is that a stratagem? It allows someone to advance and charge. You said
Yes.
just
And then you
one
plus
CP.
1 CP.
And then you do what? Sorry,
And
What does
then
it
you
do?
add 1 to the result.
add on to charge rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's really good because you can catch a lot of people off guard with stuff like this. Like they'll be like, "What does Shrike do for you?" And you'll be like, "Well, he gives me reroll. He lets me advance and charge." Or is it him? No, it's what your warlord trait, right?
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, my warlord trait's over here. What does your warlord do?" Oh, his trait is that he lets people advance and charge.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, your warlord's over here with half your army. You've got one unit that shoots up here, and they're like, "Oh, that unit's advanced. Never mind." And then that unit charges because 1 CP, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't see it coming." Because they think your warlord's the only way you can do it. So I think that's really cool.
Now, don't get me wrong. There are lots of other stratagems in here that you'd think, "Oh yeah, it's all right." But right, one thing I was only telling Manny this earlier on today. In the White Scars book, there is a stratagem that lets you, when a unit falls back, models in that unit can make 1 attack as that unit falls back. Like make 1 attack each, and I read it for 1 CP. And when I first read that, I was like, "Oh, that's utterly useless. Like, when are you ever going to use that?"
Yeah.
I use that in like every game. In the
But when you've got a 4 damage smash captain, you got to
but
use it when people fall back from
four
on you.
damage. I my first round opponent with Sammy went in, and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna." He went in and attacked with Sammy and one of my 4 damage smash captain, and he was like, "Oh, you're really gonna hate me now. This is really tricksy." But he's like, "I'm gonna punch you, and then I'm gonna fall back, but that means you can't hit me back." So I was like, "Oh, okay then." So he punches him, doesn't kill him, and he goes, "I'm gonna fall back now." So I was like, "You're gonna hate me, but this is really tricksy. But you've only got 4 wounds left, and I've got a 4 damage hammer, so I'm gonna make 1 attack when you fall back." And he was like, "Oh, maybe I won't fall back."
Oh, that's huge.
It's just like so. You know, the few of these kind of stratagems that you don't think that are absolutely, they're really great.
Yeah.
They could be absolutely awesome.
Yeah, situationally amazing.
There's so many these little
situationally
4 wound
amazing.
characters that you just got to consolidate into, and then when they fall back, you go, boop.
Do you think
dead.
because before, like, you got strats that are useful and strats that are useless? Like, it genuinely is.
Yeah.
But now you've got strats that are, like, situationally awesome.
Yeah.
Like, in certain situations, they'll just get you out of it, which I think is absolutely awesome, man.
Yeah.
Ramsey Ramsey's come in. Hi, Ramsey. How you doing, bro?
How you
Came
doing?
in to say Ravenguard are the best. Boom. Yeah, yeah baby.
So Umbrancy, there's a lot of weird ones. There's a couple of them actually that are buffing the Psyker and just the Psyker only.
Okay.
Not sure if they're trying to make Ravenguard Psykers a thing, like some kind of massive hammer. But there is one, Enveloping Darkness. It's Warp Charge 7, unlike the Warp Charge 6 that the White Scar power is. Pick a unit within 18 of the Psyker until the start of your next Psychic phase. That unit cannot fire Overwatch and are -1 on a hit roll. So it's one extra power number to cast, and it's worse than the White Scar one in the fact of you've got to be within 18 to cast it, which means you're normally in deny range.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a Psyker within 18 of a unit that's really threatening you on the Overwatch anyway. If they do have a Psyker, it's probably going to be within 6 of this unit that you want to cast it on. So it's going to be quite difficult to cast that. But just having, and there's no access to plussing anything to that in this book either. But just having access to that is crazy.
Yeah,
Like, if you're facing Tau, they've got no access to denying your psychic powers anyway.
It's huge.
They still get to do their Tau Overwatch thing where everyone else will Overwatch.
Shut down the best unit and stuff like that.
But taking 3 broadsides Overwatch out or something is.
It's huge,
good, right? And you can only use that Tau thing once per turn.
Yeah.
Once per, so it's not like they can just keep Overwatching.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
You can only Overwatch for someone.
So it's really good. It is really good. Nowhere near as good as the White Skull one because you can start chaining units back and staying out of psychic bubbles, and that's how you keep your Psyker safe and all that kind of thing. But still really good. Nothing else that I've seen is amazing. Shadow Step is okay. Pick a character, just pick it up, put it down 9 inches away. But when you're getting those, re-roll your charge rolls and add one to the results, really good. Other than that, that's nothing else really. And you've got your name generator. Oh, Manny, pick a number between. Oh, okay, do like a D66.
D6.
Yeah.
4, 5. 4, 5.
Oh, 4, 5. Okay.
4 then
you
a 5.
are Tiris Corvaden.
Tiris, baby. Tiris
Corvaden.
I'm Tyrion, basically.
It's a cool name. But no, guys, everyone was writing that off because of the Iron Hands that's coming out. But genuinely, a really good book. I think GW have nailed it once again with this. GW have made mistakes, but they've actually done really well with this book. So please don't let this. Please don't let this ruin your what you think to this book because it's actually a really good book.
Iron Hands, baby. Flesh is weak. This is what it's all about, man. I've been so hyped for Iron Hands. Love Iron Hands, and the Iron Father is just. So you thought Shrike was decent. You thought Shrike was decent.
There's some bonkers combos in this, man. Ooh. It's just insane.
Ooh. So, let's get to him. He's the one, man.
Well, I mean, it's like what? It's. I was gonna say you're just flicking through all the fluff of this. It's like a 66-page book, and there's like 8 pages of rules. 8 pages of rules. One of them
I like
is
flicking
just
through it.
his points.
I like flicking through it. It makes me feel like I've paid for something. Look, I have. Look, I found out his full name.
Oh yeah.
That's what I've paid for.
You can look at all the pretty pictures of Iron Hands beating the crap out of Tau because that's all GW do nowadays is pictures of someone beating the crap out of Tau.
Oh, look at this sentence. No living Iron Hand can recall a time when Pharaoh's sardonic tones did not grace the Iron Council, nor does any remember another wielding the axe Harrow Hand during their rite of severance. That's how old he is. It's Gandalf. It's Iron Father Gandalf. That's what I'm calling him now. So you've got Iron Father Gandalf, and Gandalf is tougher than Shrike. A lot tougher than Shrike. He's 110 points.
So 20 points cheaper than Shrike.
20 points cheaper. He only moves 5 inches. Yeah. which is a lot slower than the tanks that he's going to be with. Yeah, not. So yeah, he's 110 points, moves 5 inches, which obviously isn't very versatile there, but I don't think he'll be moving much further anyway. He only hits on 3s in combat because at the end of the day, he's basically a tech marine, not a captain. But the key thing is he hits on 2s ballistic skill, and that's what Iron Hands are all about in this book anyway.
Yeah.
So he's toughness 5. Toughness 5.
Yeah.
He's toughness 5 marine, 7 wounds. 110 points, man.
Yeah.
I would pay 110 points for a guy that's toughness 5.
110 points is just madness. It is. Yeah. It genuinely is. I don't know where they've got 110 points from. I would love for someone from GW just to justify that to me.
110 points for this guy is insane.
Look at his stat line, for God's sake. Forget his rules that he does.
That's what I mean.
His buffs. Just look at his stat line.
I would pay 110 points for a character that just had his stat line. Toughness 5, 7 wounds, 5 attacks, leadership 9 with a 2-up save. He's got a 2-up save standard.
It's really, really weird. I don't know why they were. Where they come to 110 points? I don't know who they're comparing him to. Who are they comparing him to? There's 110 points. I'm not sure.
Does anyone play Lord of the Rings? How many points is Gandalf? I think they just compared him to Gandalf, really. He's got the same sort of staff. He's all right.
Yeah.
So that's his stat line. Really good. Toughness 5, 7 wounds, 2-up save, guys. Yeah, we know that. Now he's got Harrow Hand, which is his axe, which is pretty awesome. It makes him +3 strength, so he's strength 7, -2 flat 2 damage. Pretty good. But then he's got 2 servo arms, so they're strength 8, -2 flat 3 damage. And because he's got 2 servo arms, he can make 2 of his attacks with those. Now he's got 5 attacks. Now he's got Angels of Death when he charges, or gets charged. He's going to have 6 attacks. 2 of those attacks are going to be made at damage 3, strength 8, and 4 are going to be made at strength 7, damage 2.
Why has he got 5 attacks? A Space Marine captain has 4. He's a tech marine. Why?
No. He's not a tech marine.
Why?
He's an Iron Father.
He's a tech marine.
He is. He's got the tech marine keyword.
But why's he got 5 attacks?
He also has the Iron Father keyword and Master of the Forge key. You don't have names like that and have 4 attacks.
The guy fixes engines for a living, right? A chaplain literally lives and breathes for beating the crap out of stuff in combat, and he has 3 attacks. What's going on?
You're an engineer. How would you feel if I gave you 2 attacks?
I probably have. I mean, look at the size of me.
God. The slur! I should be lucky to get 2 attacks.
Give me 2. If I make 2 attacks, I'm knackered.
Yeah, Dan only has 1 go.
That's all you need, baby. That's all you need.
The slug. But no, yeah, this guy is insane. So those are his stats, and those are his weapons. I think anyone would pay 110 points for a guy with that weapon and that stat line. But then, here we go, guys. The Gorgon's Wrath. 36-inch range. Basically, it's a heavy bolter. It's a 36-inch range, heavy 3 gun, but it's a disintegrator. It's strength 5. -2 flat 2 damage, but guys, the Iron Hands bloody bonus is probably the best bonus so far, in my opinion, other than the White Scars one, because the White Scars one's pretty damn decent.
Yeah.
Calculated Fury. If your whole army is Iron Hands, you do not suffer the penalty for moving and firing with heavy weapons while in the Devastator Doctrine. So they're the Devastator Doctrine, which means they're active from turn 1.
Yeah.
These guys are active from turn 1.
And that's huge.
How good is that?
It's so big. Right? There's so many times I've playing with the White Scars, just trying to get to turn 3.
Yeah.
Just trying to survive till then, and then you find, I'm on a points deficit now, so I've got to try and make those points up, and then all of a sudden the pressure is on me to get to make up those points and stuff like that. So it's really important of when you know, like the Ravenguard one is from the tactical doctrine, so it's from turn 2 onwards. So not too bad. Not too bad. But this is from turn 1 straight away. No messing.
From turn 1, guys. From turn 1, you don't suffer the penalty for moving and firing heavy weapons. And then, whilst the Devastator Doctrine is active, when resolving an attack with a heavy weapon, you just reroll hit rolls of 1.
Yeah.
How huge is Thunderfire Cannons? Yeah. Thunderfire Cannons sitting at the back of the board now, don't need a captain by them, they're just rerolling ones. Yeah. And they're extra minus because
they're insanely efficient anyway, right? And now all of a sudden they're hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s. Really, really cool.
How mad is that?
Really, really cool.
So Iron Father Pharaohs then, so he doesn't have any abilities that let him reroll, but he's going to be rerolling shots with that because it's a heavy weapon.
Yeah.
So he's going to move forward, hit you on 2s, rerolling 1s with a heavy bolter that's strength 5, -3 because you'll be in the Devastator Doctrine.
Yeah.
2 damage. That's a disintegrator. This guy is carrying around a disintegrator cannon.
Yeah.
Same range, 36 inches. Strength 5 -3,
Seems
2
strange
damage.
to put 2 damage on that.
It's
Seems
really
strange.
weird.
I mean, you look at it, like to look at it, it is just a heavy bolter, isn't it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you put 2 damage.
Just a heavy bolter. It looks like just a heavy bolter. Because he's the Iron Father.
Because you pay all 110 points for it,
Yeah,
right?
because you paid 110 points. You paid a lot of points for this guy. And you've paid a lot of points for him so far. It doesn't matter that he's got a 5-up feel no pain. Do you know what I mean? I think 5-up feel no pain, I think it's so mediocre right now. It's just, why not give it to him? And then, picking a friendly Iron Hands unit in the shooting phase and giving them ballistic skill 2+. Very average ability, Maybe you've paid 2-3 points for that, I don't know what they're thinking with this. You just pick and this is the amazing thing. They have a ballistic skill characteristic of 2+. It's not +1. It's just whatever they normally hit on, they hit on 2s now.
Oh, that's true. So the vehicle's got 1 wound left. You go, he's hitting on 2s.
It's hitting on 2s.
Oh God! I didn't even notice that.
So Iron Hands, guys, if you get a repulsor, say you had 2 repulsors down to 1 wound, you're gonna heal one of them anyway. Multiple times, may I add. I'm going to tell you about
that's not even the word. The amount of wounds that repulsor will be fine. Oh, mate, it's an Iron Hands thing, right? What you're going to do, if he's on 1 wound, if you heal him 3 wounds...
4.
No, 3. He acts as though he's on top bracket anyway.
No, if you hit him to 4, he goes up to 8. But that's half wound, so he's bottom bracket. Middle bracket,
Is that?
sorry.
Do they have 16 wounds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Yeah, as if that was about if they got 16 wounds as well. So you
Okay.
heal him 4 wounds, but you're going to heal him twice anyway.
Yeah.
3, 4 times potential. I'll tell you about these guys. You can heal a vehicle up to 4 times, which I think is insane.
What's 14 wounds you can get back.
8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 14 wounds. You could
14
get
wounds.
14 wounds
You
back.
can go from 1 wound
to 15.
15 wounds.
So you're going to get 1 repulsor because obviously you count your wounds as double for on the table for what you hit on. So that means you basically have to get a repulsor down to 2 wounds for it to be shooting on bottom bracket anyway.
Yeah.
So leaving it alive on 2 wounds is pretty insane anyway.
Yeah.
But all you'll do is you'll go, this one I'll heal him to like 5 or 6 wounds at minimum, basically. So he's hitting normally now. He's hitting on 3s. And then you go, this other one that's on bottom bracket, he's just got ballistic skill characteristics of 2+.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I, the first time I read this, guys, when I was reading this myself, I read that, +1 to ballistic skill.
Yeah, +1.
Because that's what you assume. But it just says, models in the selected unit have a ballistic skill characteristic of 2+ until the end of the phase. So you just pick the most battered vehicle and go, I'm going to heal the other one crap loads, so you can just hit on 2s.
Oh man!
How mad is that? You're just hitting on 2s with any, but
it's so efficient.
But you have paid 110 points for him. Let's not forget.
Well,
let's not forget that. Let's not forget that.
That's a big chunky round.
Yeah. Because the 5+ feel no pain, that's free, right? That's just free. So
yeah.
And then he can heal vehicles. He can heal D3 wounds on a vehicle within 1 inch of him. Blessing of the Omnicia. But then Master of the Forge, here we go. When using the Blessing of the Omnicia rule, instead of D3 wounds, you regain up to 3 lost wounds. He just instantly gives the vehicle 3 wounds. So you got a repulsor on 2 wounds, he's got 5 now, top bracket.
Does it say up to 3?
Yeah, up to 3 wounds.
Up to 3 wounds?
Yeah.
You could unheal it too if you wanted to.
Oh, you could.
If you're that kind of troll...
You're like, I'm just going to heal 1, mate.
I'm just going to put 1 on him and then I'm going to spank you anyway. Why why up to 3?
I think it says up to 3 wounds, so you can't be on 15 wounds and go, oh, you're going to put him up to 18. I'm going to heal him 3.
Okay.
No, they heal him up to 3, because it's up to the max. Could you
No.
Oh, your repulse lost 1 wound. Now, mate, he's on 18 now. He has 36 wounds for damage, alright, if you're wondering. But yeah, so, and if you thought that wasn't amazing, if you thought that was slightly short for 100, because I read that the first time and I thought, about 100 points I'd pay for him.
Jesus.
You know what I mean? I read all of those abilities and thought 100 points is about right. So if you're like me and you thought that's not enough bang for your buck, all models in friendly Iron Hands units within 6 inches of this model have a 5+ invulnerable save.
Oh God. It's just so troll, really, isn't it? It's just mad.
Every unit,
the problem you've got. The first thing I thought, guys, as soon as I saw this, was right, it's so important now to be able to get rid of characters behind these, these stupid screens and all that kind of thing. So I was like sniper spam, eliminators, the 4 damage Phobos unit, all that kind of thing. But the guy has 7 wounds with a 2-up save and a 5-up.
This is the thing. Who's going to kill him? The 5-up feel no pain is huge. 5-up feel no pain is massive.
It just makes him so hard to get rid of.
He's not going to die, man.
But you can't get rid of him quick enough. You just can't. Unless
he's
just reliable.
Snipers are going to shoot him. He's got 2-up save.
Yeah.
Good 2-up save. Like that captain, the 4 damage captain. What's the minus on his gun? -2? -1? -2?
Let's say it's tactical doctrine. It's -2.
He's got a 4-up save against it.
He's got a 4-up save, and then say it goes through.
He's got 5 feel pain. You get 2, 3 through.
You got 2.
You're half.
It's not enough. You'll get rid of him by turn 4 or 5 if you dedicate some of your army to sniping. But
yeah, if you dedicate some of your army to sniping.
I can see what you're actually looking at.
Yeah, I will show you something later on, which will make it even harder to kill it.
Is that right? It's not. Is it not limited to vehicles then?
Yeah, you can't just heal vehicles in this book. You can heal characters in this book.
Shocking, man. Shocking.
How mad is that? But yeah, guys, I think he's priced right at about 110 points. Power level 6, so you can't mark for death him. Very nice.
Why would you mark for death him? You can't kill the bugger.
Why is he only power level 6? I have no idea. So loads of guys are speculating this healing the vehicles and how to do it. So, but I don't want to give it away. I don't want to go through one stratagem, one power and stuff. So you're gonna find out as we go, guys, on the trot. So yeah, we spent a good 10 minutes talking about this guy, guys. Probably the best character in 40k right now. Point for point.
Yeah.
5-up feel no pain. 5-up invulnerable on every single... Oh, models in friendly Iron Hand units, whilst their unit is within 6 inches. So you can string. You can have one guy in 6 inches, they've all got a 500. So 5-up feel no pain on him. 5-up invulnerable for everybody around him. Flat heals 3 wounds on a vehicle. Makes any unit hit on a 2+. Has 7 wounds at toughness 5. 6 attacks. 2 of which are made at 3 damage, 4 of which are made at 2 damage, a 2-up save, ballistic skill 2+, and an extra minus on his gun when he shoots. 110 points.
What was that? What was the White Scar's Khan on a bike?
105 points, wasn't he?
It was 100 points. Oh, come on. The guy hasn't even got the bloody chapter the +1 to wound with the normal Khan Scar. Oh, God.
Hey, I move 9 inches slower than that guy.
I genuinely think they're missing a 0 off the end of that guy. Right? that'll be a FAQ straight away. There's a 0 missing off the end of that guy.
I do think if the other characters, like the Khan's 105, Shrike with all of his abilities are 130, should have been at least 150.
Yeah.
At least. He should have been at least higher than the other guys who aren't as good as him. Do you know what I mean? I think the way that they're thinking, because GW, they are getting better at the game. They're making stuff better. However, I think they care about the fluff players a lot more than they care about us in competitive play. So the way they've done it, I guarantee you they've looked at Shrike and gone, well, he's a chapter master. He should be more points than a tech marine.
Yeah.
That's what they've done. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter how many different amazing rules they've given this awesome tech marine. He's still not a chapter master. That's what I guarantee that's the way they've looked at it. Something like that. And they've just done that. But he should be at least 150. Definitely. At least. I reckon I'd be happy to pay 200 points for that guy. Considering people pay 200 for Calgar.
You know that whole game you play, and I was like, oh, if it was 175, yeah, okay. I'd still buy him. 190? Yeah, I'd still buy him. You just gotta go up and up and up.
I'd be happy to pay about 200 points. I mean, considering people are paying 200 points for Calgar, this guy's better.
Oh god, yeah,
way better.
So much better.
So I think 110 points. Anyone running an Iron Hands army, you'll be stupid if you don't take. You'll be stone cold dead.
You'll be stone cold dead.
Yeah, if you don't take him. Tribute to George right there, lads.
George, we love you, George.
We love you, George. So much. But yeah, guys, if you don't take him, I don't know what you're doing. Yeah. Okay, so Sons of the Gorgon. We are the Sons of the Gorgon. Flesh is weak.
Oh, look at him jumping on the bandwagon, man. As soon as something comes out and it's broken.
I've been saying.
He's like, I've always loved Iron Hands. I've always loved them. If I was ever going to play Marines, it was always going to be Iron Hands.
Here's the proof. When did I write that Iron Hands list? Was it before this book was even announced?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was, guys. Yeah, it was.
That's nothing to do with that. That's just jammy money all over again. He writes a list, right, that's ridiculous. And then a book comes out and it just makes it 10 times worse.
It makes it so much better. Yeah, that was so
I've
lucky.
spent an extra 20 points to get a 5-up invulnerable save, and I can heal it 40 wounds a turn.
The luck is just getting insane now because the luck used to be just in games. I mean, how many times have I bought an army and then 2 weeks later GW made it rubbish?
That's true, actually, yeah.
Right? And now the luck's just getting better. Yeah. It's because there's more and more people out there believing in the manny luck. So now I'm writing lists and they're bringing books out to say, here you are, mate. We just made your list better. So basically, Sons of the Gorgon, they're calculated fury like we talked about. They can move and fire heavy weapons without penalty and reroll ones with heavy weapons. Absolutely insane because most of their good stuff is heavy. So that's awesome. Warlord traits. There's some decent ones in there, here and there, 1 or 2 good ones, but you would never take one other than number 1. Well, you might take a couple of the others, but in addition to number 1.
Have you got a stratagem to do the whole give another character a warlord trait?
Maybe. I'll have a look into it. I will have a look. But this one is just absolutely insane. So, guys, you guys thought there were 9 wounds you can heal potentially in a turn because you can stratagem to do it twice and then a spell. Okay. Well, if you take Adept of the Omnisia, which obviously you'll just take a second. You'll have Pharaohs and you'll have a second tech marine in the army. I think that's the way that most people will run it because you can do this.
Well, if you got
stupid stuff.
Cannons,
yeah.
You have a tech marine as well.
Oh yeah, that's it. At the end of your movement phase, this warlord can repair one friendly Iron Hands vehicle model within 1 inch of them. That model regains 1 lost wound. So basically, you can put it on like a lieutenant, and you can replace 1 lost wound. Each model can only be repaired once per turn. If this warlord is a tech marine, each time they use their Blessing of the Omnisia ability, the model they are repairing regains D3 plus 1 lost wounds instead of D3. So you can get up to 4 back. Yeah. And now I'm just going to quickly skip to it just because it's on the next page anyway. Fortis Pattern Data Strike is a special issue war gear that you can give to a tech marine only. When a model with this relic uses their Blessing of the Omnisia ability, roll 2 dice when determining how many lost wounds are regained and discard the lowest result. So you're going to roll 2 dice. The chances of rolling a 5 or a 6 are pretty high there. Yeah. So you're gonna regain basically 4 wounds.
So like. Yeah, 4. Oh, okay, sorry.
Basically 4 wounds.
So I'm further on the chain, so we're still looking at 4 wounds.
So you're gonna heal 4 wounds on a vehicle. Then you're gonna use that stratagem to do it again. You're gonna heal 4 wounds on a vehicle. There's 8 wounds that you've healed over your army in whatever combination you want. 2 multiple vehicles. You know what I mean? You've just healed 8 wounds there. Then you've got a power which heals D3 wounds. You've now healed 11 wounds. And like we said before, you'd be an idiot if you didn't take the Iron Father, who just heals another 3 automatically. There's 14 wounds you can heal across your army.
Interesting,
How
though.
mad is that?
Interesting. When it says Blessing of the Omnisaur,
Yeah.
right?
Each time they use the Blessing of the Omnisci ability, yeah.
Is his rule called Blessing of the Omnisaur, or is it called something different?
Blessing of the Omnisci, yeah.
So does that mean you can't use his as well as this tech marine with the relic and the warlord trait?
At the end of your move phase,
each model can only be repaired once per turn. So I don't think you. I think you can get up to 11, not 14.
Each model can only be repaired once per turn.
But you can use the stratagem on the other guy to give it 2 lots of 4, which is 8, plus the power, which is 3, which is 11. I don't think you can get 14. It's 11. I think you can get.
Man. Because the machine empathy is 1 CP, and it says use it in your movement phase after Rhineland's secondary army has used their Blessing of the Omnisci ability.
Yeah.
That model can use the ability again and can repair a model that has already been repaired.
Yes, it's 11, guys.
It's 11
no,
wounds, yeah, guys.
Not 14.
Because that guy can heal 4 wounds on someone, then he can heal 4 wounds on the same guy, that's 8. Then you can cast the power, and that's 11. So 11 on one model, but 14 across your army, because you'll still have Theros, and he'll just heal another vehicle 3.
Just do flat.
Just flat 3 to another vehicle. That's so good, isn't it? Yeah, like that's just absolutely amazing. Oh, look at this. Theros with intercessors nearby, plus conjugated martyrdom, so they can all take his wounds on a 2+ as well. You're just never going to kill him. You're never going to kill him.
No.
Forget it. You're never going to kill. You're never going to kill the Iron Father. You've got Wheel of Iron, which you can. That's another warlord trait. It means one of your guys can deny as if he was a psyker.
Okay.
And then if you've got a librarian as your warlord, he can just deny an extra power. Okay. It's not great.
Yeah.
At this rate, your tech marine's going to be just as tough as bloody Pharaohs.
Yeah.
Another warlord trait. When this warlord will lose a wound, he's got a 5+ for no pain. You just give that to anyone now. So that's pretty good. Student of history, which is Pharaoh's warlord trait. I mean, if you want to, you could make him your warlord so he gets the warlord trait, and then get an extra warlord for your tech marine if you can.
What is this warlord trait that he comes with?
When this warlord consolidates, can move up to 6 inches instead of 3, and don't have to end their move close to the nearest enemy model.
Is that his warlord trait?
Yeah. So, like, say someone is sort of like 3 inches in front of your repulsor or something, or someone just attacked your repulsor. You fall back with your repulsor, you move forward with him, you hit it because he's got 6 attacks with stupid profiles.
Yeah.
So you hit that target, you kill that target, then he consolidates 6 inches out.
Moves back 6
away.
inches, yeah.
Or, this is the thing, it says they can move up to 6 inches and do not have to end this move closer to the nearest enemy model.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm just plucking at straws here. Does this mean he can charge into someone, attack them, and then fall back 6 inches?
Yeah. Because
he can consolidate 6 inches in direction. He doesn't have to go closer to them anymore?
Yeah.
That's mental.
Yeah, maybe about 6 inches.
He just walks in, hits them, falls back before they even get to strike him.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because he consolidates before they strike.
Oh.
So he just runs at someone, gets in there, goes, here's 4 attacks of 2 damage, here's 2 attacks of 3 damage. Oh, you still got a wound left. I'm just gonna consolidate 6 inches away from you.
Oh yeah. Oh damn.
That's brilliant.
Oh damn.
Declan says 8 attacks. He has 2 servo arms. I believe, bro, that 2 of your attacks can be made with a servo arm.
I think that's the way I read it as well.
Yeah, when the bear fight, no more than 1 attack can be made with a servo arm. Okay, so he can choose to make attacks with a servo arm.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to, but he only has 6 attacks. Yeah, I say only has 6 attacks. He's a bloody tech marine. So yeah, he's gonna go in. He's gonna kick the crack out of someone. Then he's just gonna move 6 inches away before they get to strike. Yeah. How good is that?
Yeah, really good.
That's so good. Then you've got when you roll a 6 to hit with your warlord, you can get another attack.
Yeah, okay.
It's not great. And then target protocol is pretty decent. At the start of the shooting phase, you can pick an Iron Hands unit within 6 of your warlord. So once a phase, they can reroll a hit roll. Once a phase, they can reroll the wound roll, and once per phase, they can reroll the damage roll.
Mm-hmm.
So you could roll a unit of 10 guys, reroll one of their hit rolls, then roll them again, reroll one of their wound rolls and one of their damage rolls, which is pretty damn handy.
Oh, Tom, that's probably going to be FAQ'd.
What's going to be? Oh,
would you reckon they're
going someone hit and we're going out? Yeah, I agree that should be FAQ'd, but until it's FAQ'd, that's insane, right? Do you know? Oh, he sent a little wink face. That's probably going to be FAQ'd. FAQ'd! You'll be FAQ'd! So, yeah. That might be FAQ'd, but I think that's pretty insane. I mean, just consolidating 6 inches is insane anyway. I mean, quite a lot of the time, people will heroically intervene you so that you can't consolidate towards something else.
Yes, yeah.
Because the character's now closer, but now you can.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's brilliant. Maybe they get to strike first or whatever, but you're going to be able to go into something. That's awesome, right? So, yeah, I think that Warlord trait and the Warlord trait of obviously regaining D3 plus 1 wounds with a Tech Marine on stuff, I think they're the best. So those are the two you'll go with, if you get to choose two.
Yeah.
Yeah? I think those two you go with, yeah. Then Relics of Medusa. My God. Let me just check this.
Oh, it's just that one, isn't it?
A Tech Marine, Dan. Does a Tech Marine come with a Power Axe? Is that what they normally come with? A Power Axe?
Tech Marine, yeah, they do.
Yeah, well. Model with a Power Axe only, the Axe of Medusa. Insane. It's a Thunderhammer, but a Strength 7. Strength plus 3, AP minus 3, damage 3.
Yeah.
Insane.
Not bad for 4 points.
Yeah. This is the thing. I mean, like, you talk about a Smash Captain, right? And a Smash Captain's 143 points now. Mm-hmm. You want a White Scars Smash Captain? He's 143 points. And that's because, what, Thunderhammers are 40 points now?
Yeah.
Thunderhammers are 40 points. Oh, that's a perfect way to do it. Let's work backwards. Thunderhammer, 40 points. Power Axe, 4 points. A tenth of the point. You've saved 36 points by taking this, and you're 1 less strength. That's it. So you just take a captain, you give him a jump pack, give him a storm shield, and then just give him the axe of Medusa. Yeah. You've only got to pay 4 points then for the axe, and it's strength 7.
It's really cool. I'm just a little because the thing is, the strength 8 is really big on characters, right? Like Smash Captains. Yeah. When you're going into knights, repulsors, all that kind of thing, it is really big. But on like a little character, I mean, this is a gunline army. Right? It's not set up to be anything other than a resilient gunline army. And in a little gunline army, to have a character pop out with that kind of stat line is really cool.
Yeah. Really cool. Like strength 7 minus 3 flat 3. If there's something threatening your tanks, and he just runs out and goes, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's pretty damn big. Yeah. So that's awesome. And he'll be 107 points. If that's a captain, he'll be 107 points.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, the way I was talking about it, you're going to put that on a Tech Marine. How many points is he? 50?
Yeah, but I'm in a Tech Marine only has like 2 attacks, right?
Still though.
I know you're getting excited because you think all Tech Marines come with 5 attacks, right? But they don't. They don't come with 5 attacks.
They have 3, don't they? I think a Tech Marine has 3 attacks, but then they have 3 attacks. Then Angels of Death have 4 attacks. It's only 1 less than a captain. 4 attacks, a strength 7 minus 3 damage on a 50-point model.
Yeah.
Who's there to repair your vehicle twice?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? This is a bonus.
True.
But I think if you're running an army, I think you're gonna want a librarian in there for the heal. If you go the full whack, I don't think a librarian is needed in this army personally.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go the full whack, you're probably gonna have 2 battalions if you're looking to make a proper sort of Space Marine army out of them. So I think you'll probably go with Pharaohs, a Tech Marine, a librarian, and then a captain with that relic because it'd be awesome. Yeah. So that's it. And then the one I was looking at, I mean, they've got some decent ones. You can add one to the toughness of a guy with a relic. The Mind Forge is pretty good. It's a force sword or a force axe. So a really cheap force weapon. So for a librarian, it's going to be basically, but it makes him strength times 2. Minus 3 D3 damage.
Yeah.
See, Libby with a 4 sword, he's strength 8 now.
Oh, man, Neil's made a great point there. 110 points for that guy. Abaddon is 240 points.
Yeah. Abaddon has the same wounds. 7.
Yeah.
And he's same toughness,
2
5.
plus save.
Same save.
Has he got 5 for no pain?
The thing is, he's got an invulnerable. This guy. Oh, this guy's a 5+ invulnerable.
Yeah, he's a 5
He's got 1 better invulnerable. He's got a 4-up invulnerable, and he halves all damage done to him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's pretty deep. But this guy's got a 5 for no pain, and he's got guys repairing him. And this guy's insane. For less than half the points of Abdon. That's the point, right? Yeah. He's insane, yeah. But the one I'm looking at mainly, guys, right here is the Ironstone. So guy, not only does Pharaohs give your army a 5+ invulnerable save, whoever else character you've got in your army, you're gonna give him the Ironstone. The Ironstone relic is insane. When resolving an attack made against an Iron Hands vehicle unit within 3 inches of a friendly model with this relic, reduce any damage inflicted by 1 to a minimum of 1. So basically, like repulsors, you're going to have repulsors in your army that are like... they're going to be toughness 8. They're going to be rolling around with a 5+ invulnerable save. Then you're going to be minusing 1 from any damage they take. Then they're going to have a 6+ feel no pain. Then you're going to repair them, and they're going to act on the double wounds for profile. So but I'm baffled. Sam Bogart, sadly we can't actually use these at the weekend. Yeah, Sam, interestingly, I just submitted Knights. I've never used Knights before, but you know, I'm going to the LGT. I never used Eldar Planes before, so I thought, let me just use Eldar Planes, and that worked out pretty well for me. So now I'm going to this one day on the weekend with you guys. I just last minute bought a ticket today, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to use Knights. I've never used them before. I'll use Knights, so I just copy and pasted Ash's list from the LGT, and I thought, you know what, let me give it a swing. I'll go and play with Knights and see how that goes. And I did it all because I want to use Iron Hands now, but Iron Hands, as you say, Iron Hands aren't in use for the weekend. So I just thought, let me use an army that I don't actually want to keep on playing. So I'm going to I'm going to use Knights on the weekend, and then I'm going to hit the Iron Hands. But yeah, it's just insane. So. Oh, is that Dan coming back? Dan, are you coming back? Oh, Dan's coming back. Sam Bocock said, lol, that was my reaction to the Ironstone too, Dan. That's it, I'm done, walked out. Yeah, no, but we've just come to the end of that Ironstone, Dan. Yeah. And I mean, let's just count the buffs, right? So, say you've got 3 repulsors. Not outrageous. Say, have you just come back upstairs and not bought me a drink again? Leave it, just sit down.
Do you want a beer?
Oh, I hate it, just sit down. I hate you. I didn't write the rules for the Ironstone, alright? I'm just using it.
I can't listen to this without a beer, do you know what I mean?
So, let's just count the stack. Say you've got an army, you've got Pharaohs, and then you've got a guy with the Ironstone. And they're standing, behind 3 repulsors. Say you got 3 repulsors. That's what, 1,000 points of your army now? Yeah. 3 repulsors, these guys? So, they're standing behind 3 repulsors. These repulsors have got a 5+ invulnerable save. Then they -1 from the damage. Then they have a 6+ feel no pain. Then you're going to heal them. Then they're going to act on double profile. Yeah. Then you're going to make one of them hit on 2s.
Oh, they overwatch on 5s.
And then they overwatch on 5s. You can make one overwatch on 4s. You're going to give +1 to... Oh, what is this?
It's bonkers, right?
So many buffs.
Do you know, I heard one thing. Genuinely, I was talking to Andy from D6 Evolution, right? Because obviously they're big on YouTube, and he was saying, yeah, Dan, this book is like insane. It's really cool, right? So then I was like, do you know what? It's not actually that bad, because it's buffing these vehicles, right? Like the Ironstone, right? Yeah. We all heard about the Ironstone earlier, and I was talking to him, and I was like, it's not actually that bad, because at the end of the day, they don't have the Ultramarines chapter tactic where they can fall back and shoot.
Yeah.
So I was like, if these people are taking these vehicle-heavy armies, then that's okay, because all you got to do is touch them in combat, and then they're utterly useless. So all these dreadnoughts, all this kind of stuff that you're taking, it's not actually that bad. And then obviously you were talking about Iron Hand repulsors and that kind of thing with this, and I was like, yeah, okay, fair enough. But Iron Hand repulsors don't have an invulnerable save, So if you send something in that's got a lot of minuses, that does does a fair bit of damage or that kind of thing, they can still be taken out. So I was like, the community will take this, they will react to it, the meta will change slightly. I don't think it will be that broken.
Yeah, because you'll have a lot of people that'll get annoyed. I mean, you'll play against like Eldar Flyers, and their -3 and -4 guns will annoy you, even if it's you minusing 1 off the damage. You'll play Orcs, and you'll be like, I can't do anything because that shock attack gun over there is killing 2 Dreadnoughts a turn or 2 Repulsors a turn, and I can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So people would have got really annoyed about it, because those are popular armies.
Exactly, yeah. So he was like, oh God, it's just ridiculous, it's so bad. And I was like, do you know what, mate? From what I've heard, it's not that bad. Don't worry about it. People will get used to it. It's fine. But just getting the book in front of me within 10 minutes. Within 10 minutes, we were stacking these buffs up, right? And we were just like, oh my God,
It's finished.
This is just
over.
crazy.
It's over.
It's like I said, a few of these relics, and GW have done an amazing job with all the Space Marine books. But this, we're not even on the stratagems yet.
Yeah, right.
And this is silly. This is ridiculous.
So, just going to give the first stratagem away to you guys. 1 CP, Overwatch on 4s instead of 5s. Mental. 1 CP. So, normally, your repulsors are overwatching on 5s. Now you can make one overwatch on 4. With the amount of shots they have, they reroll 1s anyway, even if no one's standing by them. So they're going to be hitting on 4s, rolling 1s at the minimum, at the bare minimum. And their guns are like, their onslaught Gatling cannons are now like -2 AP. Like every gun, pretty much every gun on that tank is now an extra minus.
Yeah.
That's insane. And just to top it all off, this is the reason why I went to repulsors. You're going to overwatch the crap out of something, and then it's -2 to charge you.
Yeah.
You might not even get in. And this invulnerable save,
so big
guys,
as well, that -2.
this invulnerable save is just constant. It's not ranged weapons.
Yeah.
It's just they have an invulnerable save.
Yeah.
You get a Smash Captain in there with Thunder. You get a Libby Dread in there with -4 AP. 4 of him. 5 of him. Mental.
Just go, look, I passed one more than I should do.
And actually, I think I was a bit wrong. Pharaohs, I don't think he can get any wounds back. So I think he's toughness 7, and he's got a 5 of Feel No Pain. No, sorry, he's got 7 wounds with 5 of Feel No Pain and 2 of Save. That's pretty damn strong anyway. Yeah. But then I think he can do that thing where people intercept wounds for him. So he's never going to die.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he can get wounds back. But you've got Auto Medicae Bionics. If a model with this relic has lost any wounds at the start of your turn, it regains up to D3 lost wounds. So you could have like a Tech Marine regaining D3 wounds on himself, and then he's healing tanked.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. I like that.
If he's got like one of those warlord traits or relics that you're relying on, like the Ironstone.
If he's got the.
Oh no, but
if he's got the warlord trait, which is making him basically heal 4 wounds.
Yeah. Then it could be good to take that just to try and keep him alive.
Yeah, that's it. So that's cool. I like that. But yeah, the Ironstone relic, guys. If there's one you're gonna take, it's gonna be the Ironstone. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Stratagems. We're finally onto the stratagems, and I think.
Sorry, one quick question. You know the Ironstone? Is that only on vehicles?
Yeah. When shooting Iron Hands vehicles, you -1 from the damage.
Oh, I got excited about Iron Hands Intercessors then. Carry on.
Iron Hands Intercessors.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be insane.
That would be great. Yeah. With the 6 of Feel No Pain as well. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. God.
I think there's room for 1 infantry unit in the army, like. Maybe 2 infantry units, like 1 to like guard your characters and carry over wounds and stuff, and then a unit of aggressors. Because aggressors, Iron Hands are pretty damn tough.
They work really well, yeah.
Pretty damn. You could make them Overwatch on 4s, and they'll Overwatch twice with the amount of shots they have. They'll butcher anything. Yeah. And then on top of that, you've got a stratagem here. Let me go to it. Where is it? I can't see it. No. 1 CP. Reject the flesh. Embrace the machine. Use the stratagem in any phase. When an Iron Hands infantry unit from your army is chosen as a target for an attack, until the end of the phase, a model in that unit, when a model in that unit loses a wound, they've got a 5 of Feel No Pain.
Yeah.
How bad is that? They've got 3 wounds each now, haven't they? Aggressors?
3 wounds each. Couple that with the Space Marine stratagem, where you can only wound them on 4s, 5s, and 6s. So you go, you can only wound me on 4s, 5s, and 6s. I've got a 5 of Feel No Pain. I've got a 2 up save.
Oh, really? And then I'll use my Psi Steel Armor Psychic Power.
Yeah.
+1 save on an Iron Hands unit within 12 inches of Psycho. Mental.
Yeah, you can make them really good.
Just +1 save. It doesn't affect invulnerables, which is good. But it just adds any Iron Hands unit within 12. It's any Iron Hands unit vehicle.
Yeah.
Anyone. Just add 1 to the saving throws. How good is our Psi Steel Armor? So I think you'll want to run like a unit of aggressors in there still, just to do something like that. You know what I mean? Like you got that unit. It's got a 1-up save now if it's on terrain. 1-up save, 3 wounds each, 5-up feel no pain. They ain't going down.
Yeah. No. I don't. I mean, with the vehicle threats in this army, as if they're going to dedicate any kind of firepower to it, like that anyway.
And if you thought that was enough, guys, Souls of Iron. 1 CP.
I think this is just
Souls.
This is the thing that tipped me over the edge. I was like, this is bad. This is bad. This is really, really bad. This is getting to the point where this is ridiculous. And then you told me this.
If you could pick any stratagem from the Sisters book and just add it to your Space Marine army, what would you choose?
What would it be? I'd probably deny a power on a 4+, mate.
Souls of Iron!
What? Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they have Souls of Iron.
Do you know, right, what actually, that's ridiculous, and that's what kind of tipped me over the edge of this book, right, is that, because that's just bonkers that they have this. But, what are they going to do with the Black Templars book, right? Because that was always the Black Templars thing, right? Shoot down a power and a 4-up.
They don't have any Psychers. That's why they were given that.
Yeah.
Sisters don't have any Psychers. Yeah. You can deny a 4-up. World Eaters?
Yeah.
You can deny a 4-up. Black Templars, because they're not allowed to take any Psychers. Have 4-up.
That's why they had it, yeah.
What? These guys have now just got an awesome Technomancy discipline, which is actually pretty good. And they shut. They're Psychic. So they're going to have a Psyker, basically.
Yeah.
And they can still shut power.
Makes absolute zero sense. But, right, what does kind of get me excited is, if this is what Iron Hands are getting, and they're nothing to do with... What is the Black Templar shutting powers down?
If it's the same...
ability going to be?
You'll be so pissed.
Oh, yeah, if it's just the same, that's it. I'm going to play X-Wing. Screw this, right? But I bet they've got some table that just... just like if any Psyker within 108 inches casts a psychic power, they die.
They're special doctrine, because they reroll charges and stuff as it is.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Do you know what I mean? But their special thing, could be as soon as tactical doctrines are active, every unit can deny a power. Sisters or something like that. Yeah. It could be something really cool like that.
Still probably not as good as that, but yeah, carry on.
4+ denying.
So
Iron Hands can now just deny a power on a 4+.
Why have they given them though?
It's mental. Because there's
no need for that.
I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people sitting there thinking, oh, how am I going to play this repulsor that can Overwatch me on 4s? I know, I'm going to cast no Overwatch. Yeah. Good luck with that. You're not going to cast no Overwatch, you haven't done it on a 4+, mate. Yeah. And what's bonkers is it's not like a character or an infantry unit, it's just within 24 inches of an Iron Hands unit.
Any Iron Hand. Why would that tank over there shut down my Psyker? That Iron Hands tank.
Because that tank's
it's made of iron anyway.
Yeah.
It's already made of iron.
That tank's got a soul of iron. Soul of iron, mate. There's so many good things in here. I mean, Mercy is weakness. It is 1 CP as well. Yeah, 1 CP.
That's the worst thing about that. Is it's 1 CP.
Mercy is weakness. Also 1 CP. You choose an Iron Hands unit in your shooting phase or the fight phase, whichever one you want. Until the end of the phase, every attack made by a model in that Iron Hands unit against the selected unit, when they roll a 6 to wound, it gives you 2 wounds instead of 1. You count as 2 wounds instead of 1.
That's really good.
So use it on a unit of aggressors, and each time they roll a 6 to wound, it counts as 2 wounds.
Yeah.
And that's really look how many shots they've got. They're firing twice. Just mental. 1 command point.
Oh, is that ranged as well? Sorry. It's
yep.
normally in the fight phase.
Use this stratagem in your shooting phase or the fight phase. When an Iron Hands unit from your army is chosen to shoot with or fight... So until then, every attack made by a model in that Iron Hands unit against the target. Oh, I thought that was about to be any Iron Hands unit against a selected target. No. It's like one unit against one unit. Unmodified wound rolls of a 6. Wound the target twice instead of once. Jesus. So like you're playing against a horde and those aggressors just mental now. Not only do they not die, but their firepower's stupid. Then you try and charge them and they're bloody overwatching on 4s.
Oh yeah,
Stupid. Yeah,
that's good.
Mental. Methodical firepower, 1 CP again. 1 CP, and this is great. It doesn't matter what doctrine is active. You spend 1 CP, you pick an Iron Hands unit from your army, and they act as if the Devastator doctrine is active, as well as in addition to the active doctrine.
Yeah.
So it's pretty damn good for things like, I don't know, say you've gone over to the tactical doctrine because you've actually got aggressors and some other good. Is it only 1 model in the whole unit? No. Until the end of that phase, every attack made by a model in an Iron Hands unit from your army, if that Iron Hands unit from your army can target the selected unit, must do so.
Sorry, just read that model.
Until the end of that phase, every attack made by a model in that Iron Hands unit.
in that unit, yeah.
Yeah, made by a model.
Yeah.
Every model.
Every attack made by a model in that unit.
Yeah.
So every
It doesn't say only 1 model. It says like
that's fine.
of a model. It's just saying a model.
Yeah.
Basically.
See, that second one that you just read there, where they go, oh yeah, they can act as the Devastator. Why didn't they give that to White Scars? Why didn't they say this unit can act as though it's
because they're all about assault, man.
Yeah, but why didn't they say that unit can act as though it's in the assault phase doctrine? In the assault doctrine?
It's probably because you're going backwards here, not forwards. Because because the assault doctrine, you could skip 2 turns, couldn't you? You could do it from turn 1. Yeah. It's a bit mental. This is saying, I've moved on from it, but one unit can act as if you've gone back, sort of thing.
Yeah, true.
So I think that's probably 1 CP. Okay. This is brilliant because at first glance you think, actually, you're just going to take loads of dreadnoughts or repulsors and stuff like that, or aggressors where only the tactical matters for them, and you've got all these, you're going to have thunderfires and repulsors where only heavy weapons matter for them. But it just makes things like Devastator Centurions, which are going around all over Imperial Fist armies, even better. We've been looking at aggressors just because it's the first thing that pops to mind, right? Now replace that 6-man aggressor unit with a 4-man Devastator Centurion unit. Yeah, it's about the same points. Yeah, they have a 5+ invulnerable save now. Yeah, with that, you can give them a 1. Or you can give them a 1-up save with your power, so you can give them a 0+ save on cover. So 0+ save, can't be wounded on 4s. 4 wounds apiece with a 5-up feel no pain. You can give them, and then you can do this on them. You could go to the tactical doctrine so that all of their hurricane bolters are -1, but they could be treated as though they're heavy weapons. Don't suffer the penalty for moving and firing, and they get an extra -AP on that as well. So they can act as though both doctrines are active, which is awesome for them. Yeah. Stand still, and the hurricane bolters use the full range rapid fire. How mad is that? Yeah, really cool. That's mental. Yeah. So that's brilliant. There's not too many other great ones in. Well, I'm lying, but I'm just spending too much time on the strategies. Yeah. But I'm lying if I say it was the 4 deny. The 4 deny just did it for me for this one. Why not just give me anything. Obviously, you've got the 1 CP repairing a vehicle again. Could be the same vehicle. Then here's the one you said. Oh no, it's 1 command point. Use this stratagem at the start of the shooting phase. Select 1 Iron Hands infantry unit from your army until the end of the phase. When a friendly Iron Hands character model within 3 inches of that unit would lose any wounds as a result of an attack made against that model, that unit can attempt to intercept that attack. Roll 1d6 on the 2+. That model does not lose those wounds, and the unit suffers 1 more wound for each of those wounds.
So what? Why is that for Iron Hands then? So what have Iron Hands ever done in regards to denying psychic powers, and what have they ever done with like protecting their characters with their lives?
It is not a difficult sum for a warrior of the Iron Hands to cogitate that his commanding officers' lives are worth more to the Imperium than his own.
Like I said, you can explain away, like you were trying to do at the beginning of this, you can explain away some rules fluff-wise.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
But I don't get where this is going fluff-wise.
It's just so good. So yeah, you just have, what, a unit of 10 scouts, and your 2... Because it just says you select the infantry unit, not a character. You select an infantry unit, and that infantry unit will take hits from when a friendly Iron Hands character model within 3... Any Iron Hands character. So it doesn't matter who you try and snipe. The unit scouts will just take the hit. It's not like I'm going to shoot Pharaohs, and then you go, okay, every time you shoot this character, he'll pass wounds over. Yeah. It's just an infantry unit you choose, and they'll intercept wounds for every character you've got.
Do you know what it also doesn't specify? Does that infantry have to be closer?
No. They just have to be within 3 inches of the character you're shooting.
Yeah. So you could bait people in to shooting Pharaohs, because he's toughness 5, right? You could bait people into shooting him with his toughness 5.
Yeah, and it does say, roll 1d6 on a 2+. That model does not lose those wounds. And it does say when a character would lose any wounds. So you've got to wound him on his toughness first. Then he's going to take a 2+ armor save. Then that's going to cause wounds on him, and he can pass those over.
Okay.
That's mental.
Does it say when he loses those wounds,
yeah,
a model dies? Does it say that? No. It's not like the drone. It's not like the drone.
No, it's not a drone. It's not a hit. He's got to take the wounds first. Okay. That's why if a las cannon does like 3 wounds on him, 3 scouts will die. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it says that unit can attempt to intercept that attack. Roll 1d6 on a 2+. That model does not lose those wounds.
That's what
so you roll 1 2+, and he won't lose any of them. But the unit suffers 1 mortal wound for each of those wounds, so it's not as good as a attack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Only 1 attempt can be made to intercept each attack. That's key, actually. So you'll go, my las cannon's wounded you. You take your save, and then you go, oh, my las cannon's done 3 wounds. You only roll 1 dice. And if that's a 2+, 3 scouts die.
Okay.
But if you roll a 1, he takes 3 wounds. You don't roll 3 dice to see how many he passes over.
Okay.
So that's pretty big. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. And I mean, the only other things that are actually pretty decent here is the Overwatch on Force.
Yeah.
The stupid stratagem they have, which probably will not be allowed for the ETC. 2 command points. When you score a tactical objective, don't put it in your scored pile. It's active again next turn for 2 command points. That's mental. I mean, you can only use it once per battle, but it's just opens things like no prisoners because it's a gun line. Oh, I've killed 6 units. I get 5 points for that this turn. Yeah. I'll do it again next turn. Yeah. Another 5 points. That's mental.
It does seem crazy. You reckon the ETC will ban that?
I think so, because
I've seen the ETC allow some bonkers crap before.
Yeah, because remember, you can take out ones that aren't good for your army. So you're going to have a small deck anyway, so you're going to have loads more that are good. And then they've got missions where you pick the 2 objectives you start with. Yeah. You just got to start the game with no prisoners.
I've seen them a lot worse than that before.
I have, but
when
I
it
think
comes to common sense, the ETC isn't full of it. So I'm going to say that they allow that.
To be fair, I think a lot of places will let this go because it does say you can only use it once per battle.
Yeah.
And it is 2 command points, which is more than most of them.
I've seen so much more worse stuff than that in the ETC pack. So
yeah, that's it, man. Yeah.
See, this is what I love about the ITC. This is the one thing I loved when I was transitioning from it. Is that the ETC, there were some rulings that were made, and you're like, what the hell were you thinking? And then the ITC, you watched like the Frontline Gaming's podcast, and they were talking like people were asking them questions, or like, can I do this? Can I? And Reese was like, does that make sense to you? Does that make any common sense to you at all? No. He was like, I've not made the ITC hasn't made an official ruling on that yet. But no, you can't do that because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
See, that's what I love about the ITC is most
That's
of the time it's governed by someone with some common sense.
Here we go. Engine purge is huge.
Yeah.
You can only use this stratagem once per battle, and it's 2 command points. As if the Devastator Doctrine was not good enough with an extra minus AP.
Yeah.
You can use this at the start of your movement phase if the Devastator Doctrine is active, which it always bloody will be.
Yeah.
Until the start of the next battle round, when resolving an attack made with a heavy or grenade weapon by an Iron Hands model from your army, so your entire army,
Yeah.
Unmodified wound roll of a 6, add an additional armor pen.
Nice, yeah.
All an extra AP when you're rolling 6.
Yeah.
It's just mental. For your whole army, for a whole
Yeah.
battle round.
But you can only use that once per game, is that right?
Yeah, for one whole battle round.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, most books have that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I just thought that was amazing. Because all their benefits are in the Devastator.
Exactly.
They're always
Yeah,
staying there.
Yeah.
Paragon of Iron, here we go. So this is the question we were asking earlier, 1 CP. Use this stratagem before the battle after nominating Iron Hand's character model that is not a named character be your warlord. Generate 1 additional warlord trait for them.
Yes. So they can do it, yeah.
So you know how we were talking about there's 2 good warlord traits, you can just give them both to the same guy.
Yeah.
And then bequeathed by the Iron Council. Use this stratagem after nominating a model from an Iron Hand successor chapter to be your warlord. You can give 1 relic and reduce to a character model from your own.
Yeah, no, that's just.
That's got nothing to do with taking extra relics.
No.
Oh, the extra relics is just a standard marine thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they can take more relics than 1 anyway.
Yeah.
And now that means 1 guy can take 2 warlord traits.
Yeah.
And isn't there a generic Space Marine one that lets more guys take warlord traits as well?
There is a generic Space Marine one that lets you just pick an extra warlord.
Yeah. So you can have 1 guy with a warlord trait and then 1 guy with 2 warlord traits if you want.
Yeah. That's what I normally do.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's the relics thing that you'll want because you'll want the Iron Stone, and then you'll want like the one that lets one of your Tech Marines reroll 2 dice to see how many he's healing and discard the lowest. So that is that, guys. Other than the powers and I genuinely do think 4 and 5 are the best. So we'll just quickly run through the others. I mean, you can on a 5+. You can, number 1, Blessing of the Machine God. You can warp charge value of 5 until the start of your next psychic phase. Add 1 to hit. It's pretty decent.
Yeah,
So you can add 1 to hit on someone.
Yeah.
Or any Iron Hands vehicle.
Yeah.
So like a repulsor. Now you've got 2 that are hitting on 2s.
Yeah. So basically, the way we're looking at this is, let's say you've got 3 repulsors. You go. What was it? Blessing of the Machine God. This repulsor's hitting on 2s. Then your Pharos makes another repulsor hit on 2s. It gives him a ballistic skill of 2+. Then you take a Chaplain, which lets you add 1 to hit rolls for your ranged weapons. So all 3 of your repulsors are hitting on 2s.
Rerolling 1s because they've got all heavy weapons all over them.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's mental. Yeah. So that's really good. Then you've got one where you pick an enemy unit within 18. When they make attacks with ranged weapons by models in that unit, on an unmodified hit roll of a 1, they suffer 1 more wound. So that's kind of something that you do on like a unit of 30 shooter boys, and then they roll like 15 ones and they take 15 more wounds, or something like that. Or a unit of scat bikes, and the next thing you know, guide fails, and they're like, oh, on 36 shots we should roll 6 ones. There's 6 more wounds on your unit.
Oh, you did. Oh man, you didn't say that earlier. That's ridiculous. On a hit on a 1.
That unit suffers 1 more wound after resolving that attack.
God damn.
It's pretty decent.
Mate, if you combine that, like you know, people do these kind of little librarians. Like they take a Supreme with these little like a couple of librarians from different disciplines. You couple that with something, and then you go, oh, you're -1 to hit.
Unmodified hit roll.
Oh, it's unmodified.
So you can't turn 2s into 1s and stuff like that.
That's still good though.
It
right?
is still good. Yeah, it's still really good.
On something that's got like a ridiculous array of shots.
Yeah.
Imagine putting on a Guardian blob.
and then they don't get guide off or whatever, or you put a guide on your scat bikes, they don't have guide. They're all like 6, 7 ones. They lose like 6 guardians.
Oh man.
Mad, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, it is.
That's a great power.
It's really, really good. And then you got Fury of Medusa, which is basically just a beam. It does. You draw like a line, and then. Every model on the line on a 4 or 5 they take on a 4+. On a 4 or 5 they take 1 mortal wound, and on a 6 they take D3 mortal wounds. But if any vehicles are on the line, you add 2. So on a 2+ they take a mortal wound, and on a 4+ they take D3 mortal wounds. So that's a pretty decent beam. And then the other one is called Machine Flens, which is on a value of a 6. You select an enemy vehicle unit within 18 inches, they just take D3 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
And then you can select one other enemy unit that was within 6 inches of and visible to that vehicle unit when the power was manifested. Roll 1d6 for each mortal wound that the first vehicle took, and a 3+, the second one takes mortal wound as well.
Yeah.
So it's like a smite, but 1 extra. So you cast it on a 6. You look at a vehicle, you take D3 mortal wounds. So if they take 3, you then roll 3 dice, and you should get 2 3+. So another enemy unit with that was visible to that tank takes those mortal wounds.
Okay.
So that's pretty good. So I like that. But then the 2 that I wasn't saying is Size Steel Armor, obviously +1 save on an Iron Hands unit. It's absolutely huge. And then Reforge on a 5, just add D3 wounds back on a vehicle.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
It's mad. So that is
pretty
it, guys.
Crazy. Although the taking mortal wounds on a 1 is my favourite. I love that power.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh god.
And you know what? Just going back to the stratagems, because I read pretty much all of them because they're all really good, and then I just missed one out. Oh no, sorry, it's not what I thought. Okay, you can just give one vehicle full reels to hit if you want.
Okay. Right then, Manny. So my Iron Hands name. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm gonna go 36.
36. Oh, there's 2 36s. How does this work? Oh, do you pick 36 from there, 36 from there? That's your name.
Yeah.
Your name is Storgos.
Yeah.
Skarden.
Storgos Skarden.
Storgos Skarden.
Storgos Skarden.
Yeah, you've got a rubbish name.
Yeah,
It's just your luck, mate. It's just your luck. I mean, mate, you could have picked something like Aegar. You could have been like a Targaryen. You could have been like Aegar. You could have been Pharos. You could have been Aegar Pharos.
Aegar Pharos.
Oh, Aegar Pharos. That's a name.
That's a cool name.
Or Kargos Varox.
Yeah.
Kargos Varox. Oh, see, you could have been something awesome. But no, mate, no, you're not.
Cool, right then, guys. So, I hope you.
We hope you enjoyed this. Absolutely.
I actually read through that book and I still learned a lot during that. So,
yeah, I mean, we've only been live for like an hour and a half.
Jesus.
So we hope you enjoyed this awesome episode of Over the Vaults. But there'll be many more to come, guys. There'll be a lot more codexes coming out, and we'll do this every time.
Yeah.
We'll look at a book, have a look at the best things in that book, and we'll just let you know exactly what we think. And that's it, guys.
We're hoping there's going to be another 2 before the Glasshammer Open. There are a lot of people asking questions about list submission and how that works for because I think Salamanders and Imperial Fists have been rumoured to be the next 2 books coming out. So as we've said, it's going to be before the list. Anything before the list submission is allowed. You cannot submit a list and then wait for the Codex to come out after that. That won't be allowed. So it's anything that is before list submission will be allowed. If you don't know what the Glasshammer Open is, it is our annual, it is our amazing, massive event that we run in the year. It's a 120 man event. Tickets are selling like hotcakes. They're going really well. It's an accommodation and a university.
There is on-site accommodation
with on-site accommodation. It's open 24 hours. We stay there. We drink. We play dice. We play games.
Oh yeah, last time, man. Last time there was 20 of us.
It is. Yeah.
There was 20 of us there till 4 in the morning.
Yeah,
3 or 4 in the morning, just playing dice and getting drunk, and we ordered takeaway. Yeah. How good is that? It's just at the venue.
It's a proper lads' weekend. You got to come away.
And it's a Shark Tank, guys. If you want to test yourself and you want to be up there and you want to win a big event, this is the one to come to, man. Half the England teams already bought tickets. Yeah. A couple more have said that they're going to buy some at the end of the month. Some of the Welsh lads are coming. The Luxembourg boys are coming.
Yes, yeah.
All the way from Luxembourg.
Yeah.
Some of the
we love Luxembourg.
Some of the guys from Team Luxembourg for the ETC, they're coming down. It should be absolutely awesome, I think. And all of the local Glasshammer supporters are coming, so it's going to be absolutely wicked. I mean, if you're an elite member, why not come? You get 10% off the tournament ticket as well. So it's really good, man. It's really, really good. You'll enjoy the event. Just come. And Sam Bocox just said something there. Just to finish off, Dan. Yeah. Just for you, an aggressor firing twice. So say someone's got a unit of aggressors, right? Say someone's got a unit of aggressors and their captain's died or something. Yeah. So these aggressors they're going to fire twice. They'll fire twice at my Iron Hands army, yeah? How many shots should your aggressor get?
Each aggressor?
Yeah.
He gets 6 plus, so he gets 12 plus 7, 19.
19 shots. Yeah. So how many ones should he roll if he doesn't have any rerolls? 3?
Oh, yeah.
So 3. Each aggressor just kills himself?
Oh, no.
So you got
those poor aggressors.
So you just got, your captain's dead. So now I'm gonna just cast this on your aggressors every turn.
Yeah.
And if you fire them, they're just gonna kill themselves.
They'll just die.
All of them. Averagely. Every aggressor.
I love that psychic. That's my favourite psychic power at that discipline.
That's
I didn't even see that the first way around. That's an amazing psychic power.
That's great. I'm loving this book. Guys, you're gonna see me rolling around with Iron Hands like everywhere now. Yeah. Oh man. See, Marines are coming out, and I kept saying to you, I was like, I don't want to play Marines because everyone's gonna be playing Marines. But if they do Iron Hands, I might do Marines.
That's a lie,
and all
guys.
of a sudden they've done Iron Hands.
That's a lie. He wasn't saying that at all.
Of course I was.
Iron Hands have come out and they're broken, and now all of a sudden
we've just discussed that. I wrote the list before Iron Hands were even announced.
I love Iron Hands. They're amazing. They're my favourite chapter. It's bull. Don't let him convince you with it. It's broken, so Manny is playing it. That's how this works.
Oh, of course, that's how it works.
That's how this works.
But
right then, anyway,
just amazing.
Right, guys, we're going to carry on painting for another few hours.
Yeah, we are.
I hope you enjoy your Friday evenings.
See you later, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
I'm going to carry on painting until I can't stand.
See you later, guys. Thanks for watching.
See you later, guys.